Ah, Cupid, a naked baby that flies around shooting arrows to make people fall in love. At least, that's what he's supposed to do. I don't know about you, but I feel like he might be on a long vacation or something, because I don't have any idea how Ed and Rose didn't end up together.
So this is mouthwash? Your breath is not pretty.
But before I pass too much judgment onto Cupid for doing a crappy job, I figured I'd see how hard his job really is.
Oh, God! What the? Yes! What the? Nailed it! What is this?
So I made this game that makes people fall in love. The initial idea for the game was an FPS shooter. Beam some arrows at people's heads, they fall in love, you get points. But that's not very interesting or fun on its own. There needed to be some kind of adversity. Initially, I thought the player could be tasked to remember which characters were in love. Matching them with another person after they'd already been matched would cause heartbreak and you'd lose points. But in order to make that fair, I'd need to model some identifying features for each of the characters, and that seemed like a bigger scope than I wanted to take on. I came up with another idea where alpha males would walk around and steal the ladies, but that seemed like it might hit too close to home for some people.
Oh, by the way, you have to be going soon, is that right? I played tonight really cool, didn't I? Like, have I been
okay.
So all that's left to do is go home. It's me, Skippy. We just went on a date together. Oh, do I get to find out? Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about him tonight earlier on the date. You guys are a cute couple. You totally have my blessing.
The idea I settled on was a combo of things. The player's job as Cupid would be to make the world as populated as possible by creating matches. They'd also have to keep the characters from walking off the edge of the world like lemmings, which if you're not familiar with those games, you should totally go check out. And I'll refer to my characters as lemmings from here on out as well. In this final idea, instead of only some lemmings matching, any lemmings could match. Then, based on some highly scientific compatibility charts, there's a percentage chance they would make a new lemming. This very quickly got pretty weird since you start with Adam and Eve and then continue populating the world using them and their children. But hey, that's creationism.
And the man and the woman were naked.
By the way, did you know that Adam and Eve's signs were respectively Aries and Taurus? Yeah, I didn't either. But when I found that info on a website titled Astrolocherry Ancient Stories for New Generation Priestesses, I knew I could trust it. But it's not like that really matters for this game because I made it so Adam and Eve always have a 100% chance at creating a new lemming because their signs actually aren't very compatible. And if I made them the same as everyone else, it took too long to get to the chaos that makes the game fun. Most shooters use a raycast to detect bullet hits, but since I'm using arrows that drop over time and don't travel very fast, I decided to use a single capsule for the arrows and apply physics to them. When it hits something, the capsule is disabled and the position of the arrow is set to the location of the collision point. This gives the effect that the arrows have the ability to pierce. I also put an additional condition where the arrow gets parented to the objects it hits. This was necessary so that arrows that hit the lemmings also moved with them. Lastly, I tacked on a destroy method after each arrow is shot so it only stays around for a limited time. In order to indicate to the players which characters are queued up to fall in love, I added a heart particle system to each player, and I repurposed the damage text from my game Suspended to show the respawn chance of a new lemming when any two lovebirds meet. The final step was adding in sound. I know sound is super important for games, but I think I always leave it for last because I don't find it very interesting because I've done it before. This game was supposed to be quick and simple so I could release it on itch as a WebGL game. But when I tested it, none of the coroutines seemed to be working, and when I shot a lemming, it went absolutely flying. I didn't really feel like trying to fix it, so now the game is a Windows release like all my other games, but it does work as intended. The game is free on itch, the link is in the description, and unless you never want to find true love, make sure to like and subscribe.